We're going to talk about cord cutting, energy leaks, and clearing emotional clutter so that you can feel lighter, more in control, and truly aligned with yourself. This is Bold Intentional Life, the podcast for moms who are ready to stop sleepwalking through life. No more waiting. Your bold, intentional life starts now. Hello, and welcome back to Bold Intentional Life. I'm your host, Jessie, and today we are diving into something that I know many of us need: protecting our energy and cutting emotional cords. Those cords that are weighing us down. Now, you might be thinking, what in the heck is she even talking about? Because this language can be maybe new to you. This came up in our weekly call a couple of weeks ago, my weekly intention setting call, that, by the way, is free. Every single Monday, we set aside 30 minutes to reflect on the week we had before and to plan and be intentional about the week coming up. So if that is something that you are interested in and want to jump in and join us, there is a link below to sign up so that you can get the reminder emails and the link to the Zoom to be able to come into that. But that is where this came from. We were talking about energy and feeling drained and where our energy leaks were coming from and what things were taking our energy and what was giving us energy. And I brought up the idea of cutting cords. And there was a couple of people who had some questions about that. And so I decided to just jump in and do a full episode on how we can protect our energy, our emotional well-being, and learn how to cut those cords that are weighing us down. So let's dive in. Have you ever had a conversation where you are just left feeling completely drained? Or maybe you notice that after scrolling social media or spending time with certain people that you feel heavier, kind of like you're carrying around emotions that aren't even yours. If you are, you're not alone. So that's what we're diving into today, about carrying all of these emotions that are not ours. We're going to talk about cord cutting, energy leaks, and clearing emotional clutter so that you can feel lighter, more in control, and truly aligned with yourself. We talk all the time about how draining it is to have physical clutter around us, to have papers out and things scattered throughout our house, and why decluttering is so important. We even talk about the mental clutter sometimes and cleaning up our calendar and getting that mental load off. But there is a lot of emotional clutter that we are carrying around, and half the time, it's not even our emotions that we're dealing with. So, we're going to dive in today to help you learn how to identify what is your energy versus what is someone else's energy and emotions that you're carrying, and how to clear yourself and to get back to you. Okay? So, if this is feeling like a bit much, let's take a deep breath with me. Breathe it in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth, and let's dive in. So, what do I even mean when I say cord cutting? I want you to think of it like this. We all know that I'm an incredibly visual person, love my analogies, love my visualizations. But think about this every single time you interact with somebody, whether that is in person, whether that is over the phone, through text, through social media, honestly, even thinking about them, you form an energetic connection with that person. Okay, so I like to envision, if you're watching this on YouTube, a cord coming from me to that person. And I have a cord here, and a cord here, and a cord here, and a cord here, and lots and lots and lots of cords going to all of the different people that I have had interactions or connections with. And that can be a lot if it's through all of these different ways. Some of these connections are healthy, uplifting. They fill our cups. Others, not so much. Some of them drain us, leave us feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, or sometimes just a bit off, and we can't even really name it. This isn't just about people either. Situations, habits, even our own thoughts can create these energy drains. Have you ever sat and replayed an awkward conversation in your head for hours and hours, or found yourself stuck in resentment over something that happened years ago? Those are energetic cords that have kept you connected to that person or that interaction or that situation. And that is energy flowing through that cord. And that is a lot of time and attention and energy, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, that is going. And that's what leaves us emotionally exhausted, is we're carrying so many things. Especially as women, especially as moms, we carry a lot. And I like to think about it. We all know that I'm into weightlifting, picking up heavy things. My husband's into it. My kids are into it. If you were to pick up a, a barbell with a ton of weight on it, to deadlift that and pick it up, yes, you're strong enough to hold that. But what if I wanted you to hold that 200 pounds? Say you picked up 200 pounds and you did it and it was hard, but you're like, wow, I'm really strong. And I told you to go throughout the rest of your day doing all the things that you need to do while holding that weight. It would be pretty impossible. You might be able to manage it. You might be able to get creative, but that's a lot of energy, not only just physically, but emotionally and mentally, that you're trying to navigate these situations by holding that. Now, if you set that weight down, you can pick it back up again. But if you never put it down, you're not going to be able to continue. You're not going to be able to pick up something else. You're not going to be able to help anybody else because you're holding too much. And so when I say that we need to cut these energy cords, we need to do a cord cutting practice. Sometimes there's a resistance there because we feel almost rude or selfish that we are cutting someone off, right? It sounds a little harsh. And so almost changing that language, if cord cutting sounds harsh to you, of I'm setting it down. I'm coming back to me. I'm releasing this for a moment so that I can have the capacity to handle all of the things that I want to handle, to help all of the people that I want to be able to help, right? It's a beautiful thing that we have emotions and that we care for others and that we want the best for them and that we're able to have empathy and to relate. But we need to be able to do it in a way that is healthy for us as well so that we can continue to do so. And by having an intentional practice like this, where we're able to sit for a second and say, who am I connected to? And that I'm putting a lot of energy towards, that I just need to pause for a second. I just need to cut it. I need to come back to me. I need to just be me for a second. And then once I filled me up again, I can connect to others. I can come back in. Okay. So, how on earth do we do this, right? How do we cut this energetic clutter, this emotional clutter? There are so many different ways to cut cords and to clear your energy. But I want to just start with a simple visualization exercise. Now, if you are in a place where you can't do this, if you're driving, please don't, but just listen, okay? Just listen to this. To do a cord cutting practice, you can do a quick little visualization. Picture yourself in a calm, peaceful space. Go wherever it is that you like to go. And I like to visualize those cords, right? Connecting me to another person. Sometimes I'm very intentional and I can name exactly who that person is. Other times I just know there's a lot. There's a lot that I'm carrying and it's like, hey, I just need a whoosh and cut those off. And you literally, quite literally visualize you cutting that cord. And I do this all the time. I do, scissors, snip, cut, or a sword, or even strike a match, not a real one, right? I'm visualizing this. Strike a match, let it dissolve. A lot of times I'll shake it off. I'll brush off my arms. And again, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're seeing what I'm doing. A lot of times I'll shake out my hair like this and just say, okay, I'm releasing everyone off of me. You can see it's a very physical practice for me as well as a visualization one. And just feeling everything fall off of me. I'm coming back to myself. I'm cutting these cords. I'm releasing them back to that person with love, and I'm pulling me back in with love. It's a simple, simple practice, but very, very powerful because it's intentional. You are being intentional. That's what we're all about here, Bold Intentional Life. And then you can take a big, deep breath in and see yourself filling back up with my own light, with my own peace, with my own energy. All right, there's a couple other ways that you can do this. I just shared, I like to shake. I like to shake it out, move it, brush it off my body, literally moving that energy out of my body. Okay. I also love the shower. In the shower is a great time to do a cord cutting practice because you just let it wash away. While you're in there, just a quick intention of, okay, I'm washing off the literal dirt and grime and germs and things on me. And I'm also washing off anyone that's attached to me that I don't need right now, energy that's draining me. And you just wash that away and let it go down the drain. You can also do this with breathing or breath work to just reset yourself. A quick little 4 count square breathing. Breathe it in, identify who you need to release, hold, and then breathe it out and release them. And once you have cut these cords, it's so important to identify and set boundaries. If there's someone when you're doing this that constantly comes to mind or is constantly draining you, it is okay to limit your interactions or to say no or to say, like, I cannot pick that up right now. And then the trick to this is to making it a daily practice, or not even daily, but just something consistently. Maybe if you've never done this before, this becomes a once a month thing, right? Where once a month you say, all right, I think I need to do this, or a end of the week thing, or you come to our Monday morning calls and we do it there together. The key is to practice some kind of consistency. Consistency is king. You don't need to be in full burnout mode to practice these things. Here's some things that you can do, small little shifts, small daily habits that can make a big, big difference. You know, I love my bookends. I love the bookend of the morning and the bookend of the evening. So you can use those too. In the morning, you can check in with yourself. Who or what am I holding on to that I don't need to, that I can let go, that I can set down for a minute in the morning or the evening or both? Because throughout the day, you're going to pick up some stuff. If you are a big journaler, you can journal and write down what's draining me, what's fueling me. And once you have that list of things written down, do a cord cutting practice and release it. Through a social media and being intentional on social media. Now, you don't have to go through a complete detox. You don't have to delete it off your phone, but being mindful when you're there about when you're scrolling, if an account pops up and that immediately you feel uneasy or a wave of jealousy comes over you or an eye roll of judgment, maybe take a second and use that body reaction that you're having to determine if this is an account that you still need to have having access to you. Do you need to mute it for a moment? Do you need to unfollow? I mute and unfollow accounts all the time. All the time. And most of the time, it's nothing about, not even most of the time, 99.9% slash 100% of the time, it's a me thing. It's not a them thing. And that takes some awareness where I say, whoa, I'm having a reaction to this person. They're not a bad person, but they're making me feel some type of way right now. Like whatever it is they're doing, I am feeling a wave of jealousy and envy. And I can dive into that. I can journal. I can get curious with myself about that. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and mute that so that it doesn't just hijack my day, right? You can picture clearing your energy at the end of a day, clearing anything heavy before you go to bed. You can have little trigger points throughout your day. Every time you get in the car or every time you get out of the car, every time you enter a new space or leave a space, just a quick, okay, whoever I picked up in here, clearing you. Energy is all around us. And there's some of us who are more susceptible to it than others. A lot of us identify as empaths and we're feelers and we feel other people so much. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's so beautiful to be able to empathize with others, to feel them, to be there and sit them with them. But like that visual of picking up that weight and trying to do everything that you need to do while holding it, strong people know when to set things down. Physically strong people know when to set things down, and emotionally strong people do too. So protecting your peace is not selfish. Having a cord cutting practice where you're literally cutting people off of you, it's not rude, it's not harsh, it is essential. Okay? So I have a challenge for you this week. I want you to try a simple cord cutting or energy clearing I kind of like that. An energy clearing, an energy cleansing. Feels like that shower, right? I want you to try some kind of practice of letting go of other people's energy that you're holding and coming back to you. Whether it's a visualization that we did really quick here. In fact, I am going to offer a cord cutting meditation to you. So there is a link down below in the show notes. If you click on that, put in your email, I will send you a recording for a cord cutting meditation that you can do. It'll be super quick, that you can do fast, easy, right now, the end of the night, whenever you want. I'll send it straight to your email. I'd also love, love, love once again to invite you to join our free weekly call where we set intentions for the next week. It is such a beautiful call. The insights from those who come are amazing. And every week it fills my cup. Every week we have beautiful, beautiful insights. And it's just the perfect, perfect start to your week. So if you want to come to that, the link again is in the show notes for that as well. And as always, not as always, I currently have a couple of spots open. I don't always always have that to work one-on-one with me. If you're feeling like you need some deeper support around boundaries, around energy, mindset, I have 2 spots open right now. So, and if you're listening to this and it's down the line, I probably have some spots open. So shoot me a DM, send me an email, head over to jessielarson.com and click on coaching and see if I've got some availability for you, if that is calling to you. You are in control of your energy. You are allowed to let go. You are so much more powerful than you realize. I'm sending you so much love today. I can't wait to see and hear how you feel after doing a cord cutting practice. If you've never, ever, ever done one before, please get in touch with me and let me know how it goes for you. And if you need a visualization, that meditation link is down in the show notes for you. And I will be with you again next week.